Hello students, how are you? As of now, we have completed the first part of electric current, which is just the introduction to electric current. So basically, just to lay out the broader things, what we have stated, important things, important from the perspective of numerical and applications is the very first thing is just the current, electric current. What's the electric current? Electric current I we took, right? This is equal to, and whenever we say electric current, some of the things, terms related to electric current we studied, that is I average current is equal to, we said, delta q by delta t. Then I instantaneous current is equal to the same average current when limit delta t approaches 0, delta q by delta t, and in short we wrote that as dq by dt, instantaneous current. What else? The transient current, one word we heard. What is that? Simply it is nothing but whenever we have one, let us say, a torch light and a battery is there, and here there is a switch, let us say. The moment we connect the switch, if the potential is providing V and R is the resistance, then when we close it, then current becomes I is equal to V by R, right? Whenever we complete the switch, I current is flowing, which is equal to V by R. If we will take time along x-axis and I along y-axis, we understood that when I is equal to something, V by R, that remained constant. However, when we switched on it from 0 only, just before switching on, the current was 0 only, right? From 0 only, that assumed a value which is equal to V by R. So, in between what happened, we call that a transient current. Transient current. Okay, by the way, this instantaneous current dq by dt, we are talking of this current only most of the time. And another point which was important in our discussion of the first introduction was the direction of current. Direction of current. Direction means in a conductor, I am showing in a big thing, in a conductor, the electrons are flowing in a particular direction. Now the actual current which is flowing, it's not actual current, it's the current constituted by the electron is called electronic current. Electronic current. But we also heard one name, conventional current, which is the same in magnitude but opposite in direction. That is always from positive to negative, we said, right? Now let us say in the conductor, if we connected it, a potential drop like this, then this side became my positive end of the conductor, this is negative end of the conductor, and electron will be pushed by the negative side and it will be pulled by the positive side. So electron will move in this direction. However, the current is called, this is the conventional current. Conventional current, or whenever we say electric current, we mean the conventional current only. So these are the different names we have given. So basically calculate the current. When we say, we measure the magnitude like this. Whenever we say what's the current, calculate the current in the circuit, then we are a magnitude we are getting, instantaneous current only we are measuring. And if a direction is the question, the conventional direction only we are assuming to the direction of the current. What else? In the last class we studied, let us say there is one conductor. Liquid conductors also are there, right? Solid, liquid, gas. Liquid conductors. So what are the liquid conductors? For example, I had taken sodium chloride solution, I guess. Okay, sodium chloride, copper sulfate, let us say we took. So this plus ions are there, minus ions are there. Now if you connect it with the battery, is plus minus, so this side of the conductor is positively charged, this side of the conductor is negative. So what happens? A sulfate ion will be pushed away and copper ion will be moving in this direction, because it will be pushed by the positive side and it will be pulled by the negative side. So because of copper, let me write that as ICU plus, and this current is constituted which is moving from left to right. And because of the sulfate ion, sulfate ion moves in this direction, but because of sulfate, what is the current direction? The conventional current direction is always opposite to the negative charge or along the motion of the positive charge. So current due to sulfate also is in the same direction. So what is the total current? I is equal to I due to Cu ion plus I due to sulfate ion. Now, if in a question some electrons are flowing in a particular direction and some protons are flowing in opposite direction, now what is the current due to the proton and the current due to the electron? Those two, if will add up, that gives the current flowing in the conductor. Clear? So, depending direction of a current, there may be some questions. Also, in one atom, let us say the simplest one, we are considering the hydrogen atom. Now at the center positive charge is there and electron is revolving around it. Now since electron is revolving around it, when we say this also is a motion of a charge only, right? A charge is moving. So this also constitutes one current. So how many electrons are moving per 1 second? Then we can multiply that by a charge of 1 electrons, which is equal to 1.6 into 10 to the minus 19 coulomb. So that way we can calculate the electric current. That also can be asked from the fundamental basics of electric current. Another thing is, another idea we have to have is motion of charge. Another idea we have is variable current, let us say. Now see, current is equal to V by R, right? So generally we consider current to be constant, right? But however, this depends on the potential source also. If a potential will be fluctuating, then also current will change, and the resistance depends on various factors. What are they? The length of the conductor, area of cross section of the conductor, and even if those are not changing, the nature of material of the conductor, and these things if are not changing also, the room temperature may change. And later on we will exactly calculate what is the dependence of resistance and how resistance changes according to temperature. We'll be seeing that thing in the next 1 or 2 classes. However, as of now we can say that it depends on temperature also. If temperature is changing also, resistance will be increasing. A little increase also happens, since this is in the denominator, current will fluctuate. So due to many things, actually current is a variable quantity. Current may be stationary. For example, generally since the fluctuation is very less, so we assume that, for example, there is a 9 volt battery is there. Now we are thinking, or we are assuming that it's a 9 volt throughout, and the current also is a constant. That's what we are assuming. But there are chances that current may vary. And as far as the numerical are concerned, you may be getting questions like current is a variable in terms of a time. As time changes, current changes. Let us say it is a 2 plus 3t, where t is in seconds and I is in amperes. So this way something will be given. Charge will be asked, what charge is flowing, this type of, and then again we are having Q is equal to IT. That is, I is equal to charge by time, right? So better we say it is dq by dt. That's more accurate, right? So implies that from there, what we can say implies that dq is equal to I dt. Now what is the charge flowing from t is equal to 1 second to t is equal to 4 seconds, like that sum will be given. So q is equal to, from here what we can say implies that q is equal to integration of a dq, whatever is the charge, 0 to q, let us say. So that is equal to, this side dt is the variable, so this is equal to I dt from t0 to t. So if it is saying what is the charge flowing in first second to 10th second, then t0 is 1, t is equal to 10, like that we will be taking. So depending on these factors, we will be taking up some numerical. Now let us take up this question where it asks, calculate the current through a conductor if 1 million electrons cross in 1 millisecond through it. Charge is given. It's simple. 1 million electrons cross in 1 millisecond. So what is the charge rate? 10 to the power 6 electrons. 1 million means 10 to the power 6 electrons, and charge of 1 electron is 1.6 into 10 to the minus 19 coulomb. So this is the charge, and it is crossing for 1 millisecond. That is 10 to the power minus 3 seconds. So I is equal to, if we are writing, I is equal to Q by T, this is equal to what we can write, q divided by t, 10 power minus 3. This is equal to how much, right? 1. Simple, right? Now let us take up this question where it says the current through a wire depends on, read it carefully, the current through a wire depends on time as I is equal to 10 plus 4t, where I is in amperes and t is in seconds. Find the charge crossed through a section in time t is equal to 0 to t is equal to 10. Fine. Now see, this question can be a little modified. There are some questions where a graph is given where the current is varying. These questions variable current questions, right? The current is variable with time t. So as time is progressing, the current also is changing. May it be decreasing or increasing depending on this is a plus or minus or whatever. In question to question that may vary, but however the current is a variable here, right? And that variable current depends on the time t. Now if at particular time, if we take time along x-axis and the current along y-axis, then at what time what is the current, at what time what is the current. So taking that, there can be some graph, right? So in a question that graph will be given, and seeing that the same question may be asked, find the charge crossed through a section in time interval t is equal to 0 to t is equal to 10, like that it may be asked, that type of question. Or the equation of that graph also may be given. The current through a wire depends on the time as I is equal to 10 plus 40, where I is, as this question is. Okay. Now the thing is, this can be solved using the graphical method also and using the integration method also. We will see both, and it depends as per our smartness. We have to select which way we will do, so that very quickly we can arrive at the answer. Now let us come to the answer in one way, just integration method. Now see, we have I is equal to q by t. This we have, right? To be more accurate, I is equal to dq by dt, implies that dq is equal to I dt. Integrating both sides with the proper limits, integrating both sides with proper limits. See, this integration dq is 0 to some maximum charge q. We don't know, this is the style, mathematical style of writing like this. So this is equal to how much? Right side is, this is I dt, and dt is the variable here. Time is changing from what to what. It is asking find the charge crossed through the section in time interval between t is equal to 0 to t is equal to 10 seconds. So t is varying from 0 to 10. Within that, what is the q we are going to calculate, right? Is equal to I dt. So now I is equal to how that is varying according to t, that is given in the question. So for I, you write for I 10 plus 4t dt, right? From here, you can write it is, this is a, what's the integration of this, right? 10t plus 4t square by 2, 10t plus 4t square by 2, 2 got cancelled, 2t square within the limits 0 to 10. So it's equal to, for 10, for t, put 10 first. So 10 into 10, 100 plus 200 minus 0, put 0 here, 0 is equal to how much, right? 300 coulomb. So 300 coulomb is the right answer, right? Now see, if somebody does this in a graphical method, if we are taking t along x-axis, t along x-axis and I along y-axis, let us say this is 0. Now 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that till 10 seconds we are saying. Now current, what is the current at t is equal to 0? Put here I is equal to 10 plus 40. If you put t is equal to 0, I is equal to 10 ampere. So when t is equal to 0, I was already some value. Let us say this is 10 ampere. So when t is equal to 0, I is equal to 10 ampere. Now when t is equal to 10 second, what is I? Put 10 as a 50 ampere, right? Let us say this is 50 ampere, and when t is equal to 10 second, this is a 50 ampere. So this is, now since there is a power 1, t power 1 is there, this must be a straight line. Join this. This is the graph of this I. So this figure may be given and the same question may be asked, or the equation I is equal to 10 plus 4t may be given, and this can be given like this also, and it can be just one graph will be given, you find out this like that also, it may be asked. If a graph is given also, indirectly I is equal to 10 plus 40 only is given. If these values are for 10 ampere, 4 ampere and 10 second, these values are given in the graph, right? Then what is the current? What is the charge? How we are calculating? Q is equal to IT. Now here one rough I am showing you. I intend to remind you. You remember we took one graph. If velocity was along y-axis and time was along x-axis, then velocity into time was given by velocity into time was distance, right? So in a VT curve, to find out the distance, we said V to T, right? Because speed is equal to d by t. So what we did is the area, if the velocity is constant, V into T is nothing but the area under the curve, right? You remember the area under the VT curve till the x-axis was giving the distance traveled within that much time. You remember? Now just to simplify this, I showed the constant velocity, but even if the velocity was changing, then also from this time to this time, what is the distance covered is nothing but the area under the VT curve. Area under the VT curve with x-axis gave the distance, because d is equal to Vt, right? So similarly, if we are taking I in along y-axis and t along x-axis, we have Q is equal to It. Then the area under the It curve with x-axis will give the charge, exactly like that, right? So area under this should give the charge. Now area under is this much is equal to how much? This instead of let us take some names. Let us say this is P, this point's name is Q, and this point name is R, and this point's name is S. Now the area of the quadrilateral OQPS will give me the charge, the total area. Total area under the graph till x-axis. So it is what? The area of a PQR, the area of a triangle PQR plus the area of the quadrilateral RQOS, right? Just to explain you, I am saying these things in a detail for some of you, but your mind has started working and you solved it already, I am sure. PQR is what? Half base into height, half of this multiplied by this, and this much is how much? 50 minus 10, isn't it 40? And this much is how much? Isn't it 10? And from here to here how much? Isn't it also 10? So 10 ampere, right? So 10 multiplied by 10, this is 100, plus this is half of 10 multiplied by 40, this is 200, right? So this is equal to 300. Since this is charge, coulomb, so this way also you can get the 300 coulomb, right? Whichever is good. Now this example what I have taken is, in the same example, this also can be done to get the same answer, this also can be done to the same answer, but in some questions it will be easier to apply this integration method to get the answer or this method to get the answer, and you have to judge that quickly, okay? Whatever is suitable wherever. In fact, only it is a matter of time, but any question can be solved using any of the methods. The question with the variable current can be solved using such methods. Clear to everybody? Now let us take up this question. where in a given time of 10 seconds, 40 electrons pass from right to left. In the same time interval, 40 protons also pass from left to right. Calculate the average current. Now see, these are simple questions only to make you get a stronger grip on whatever we have discussed till now. That's why you always don't wait for me on the board. You pause it, you do it, solve it yourself. You take the answer whatever you are getting, and after that you continue the video to watch if required. Okay. Just to confirm, this thing is basically there is a conductor. In that conductor, what happens is in a given time of 10 seconds, okay, time is given to be 10 seconds, 40 electrons pass from right to left. 40 electrons, let us say minus E minus, I am writing for electrons. 40 electrons pass from right to left. In the same time interval, 40 protons also pass from left to right. So E plus I am writing for protons. Pass from left to right. Calculate the average current. Now see, the direction of a current, I have said that the direction current of, because of I minus, the current will be from left to right only. Because of the proton also, in the same direction only current will be. Because current is always from in the direction of the positive charge only is the direction of current. So both are in the same direction, yes or no? So current due to electron plus current due to proton is the total current. This we are going to calculate. So current due to electron is how many electrons are passing per 1 second. Per 1 second by T is given already. That is 40 E plus 40E, right? So this is equal to 80E. And E is how much? It's given in the question. Okay, it's not given in the question, but what is E? 1.6 into 10 to the minus 19 coulomb, right? So this is equal to 80 multiplied by 1.6 into 10 to the minus 19. So this is equal to charge, right? This is equal to charge. But this charge is flowing per 1 second. So this is in ampere. This only is a current, right? So how much is this rate? So this is 12.8 into 10 to the minus 19 ampere, or 1.28 into 10 to the minus 18. So 10 to the minus 18 is 1. This is the correct answer, right? Now let us take up this question where it asks in Bohr model. Now see, Bohr model, the details of Bohr model we will study in atom nucleus chapter in this year only. But here this much knowledge only is clear that Bohr model is for hydrogen. In Bohr model, the electron hydrogen atom moves. Hydrogen atom is at the center there is one proton. It is the simplest atomic structure, you know, in chemistry. One electron is revolving around it and the proton is at the center. As simple as this hydrogen atom. In Bohr model, the electron of a hydrogen atom moves in a circular orbit of a radius. This radius is given. Okay. This radius is given to be 5.3 into 10 to the power minus 11 meter. Fine. With a speed. So when it's moving, it will move with a speed, right? It will rotate with a speed. Let us say that's a V. So V is given to be how much rate? 2.2 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 meter per second. Determine the frequency and current in the orbit. Frequency is equal to how much and current I is equal to how much. These two are the questions, right? Some options are available. Now, see, to solve this type, this is an electric current question. Since current is asked, that's why it is from electric current. But basically the idea is what we have learned already from your 11th standard only. I am just reminding you. See, what is V from here to here, from the same point to same point whenever it is coming. That means whenever it is making one complete rotation, how much distance it is traveling? 2 pi r distance is traveling, right? 2 pi r by, let us say, in the time period of this rotational motion is capital T. That means the time taken to start to make one complete revolution about the nucleus, about the proton at the center is, let us say, time is capital T. So 2 pi r by T is equal to V. Isn't it clear? You have learned these things. I am just saying it, just reminding you. Now what is 2 pi by T? 2 pi by T is called, that means angularly this 2 pi radian when you travel like this and reach back here, 2 pi radian is covered, right? This much. 2 pi radian is covered in time t. So angular velocity is called omega. So from these two, what we get, omega v is equal to nothing but omega r, right? Implies that omega is equal to v by r simply, right? So if omega is equal to v by r, but we know that omega is equal to 2 pi f, implies that f is equal to omega by 2 pi, that is v by 2 pi r. Yes or no? V by 2 pi r. So just v is there, r is given in the question. So f is equal to how much? 2.2 v by 2 pi r. 2.2 into 10 to the 6 by 2 pi 3.14 into r. R is given in the question. 5.3 into 10 to the power minus 11. 6.6 into 10 to the power 15 rotation per second. Rotation per second. RPS means rotations per second. And this also is called Hertz, HZ. Frequency unit is a Hertz or RPS. Okay. In current RPM, rotations per minute also is said. That's fine. So we got one question. Now 6.6 into 10 to the power 15 RPS is only of A. That's why we are sure that the answer will be A only, right? However, for the sake of calculating, we can in the exam we can guess it like this. So this only we got the correct answer. Frequency this only 6.6 into 10 to the power 15 RPS is in the first bit only. So we take it. However, how will calculate the current now? Now see here, this frequency times these many rotations per second. So electron is passing the same thing per second. If 10 times it is passing, that is equivalent to per particular area of cross section 10 electrons are passing. It is equivalent to that. Now the same electron is passing 10 times, means 10 electrons that much charge is passing. If these many RPS are happening, what is the total charge passing? 6.6 into 10 to the power 15 multiplied by what is the charge of one electron? 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. So this much is the charge passing per 1 second. That's why that only is the current. Current is equal to charge by time, but this much charge is passing per 1 second only. So that only is the current, right? So if you multiply this, how much you are getting there? Are you getting this 1 point? It is coming this part. Milliampere, that is 1.056 into 10 to the power minus 3 is coming. See, 10 to the power minus 3 is coming, 10 to the power minus 4 and 0 you multiply this here. So 1.056 into milliampere. This is the correct answer. So is it understandable to everybody? Now this session was only to reinforce your capabilities from what you learned from the introduction to electric current, and the next will be our drift speed, etc. What actually is happening inside a conductor when a current is flowing in a conductor, that we are going to study in the next session. Hope this session remained helpful. Thank you everybody.